Hello everyone, welcome back to IMH Language School. This is Pooh. Now you are listening to IMH Dream Podcast episode 2. For today's episode, I have invited Amy from the Convo. Hi Amy.
Hi, Pooh. Hello, everyone. This is Amy. I'm from the Convo. Currently, I am a freelance English teacher on Amy English Vibes, and I have experienced the coffee club. So I am a branch lead there, and I am program manager at the Convo. Thank you, Pooh.
Alright Amy, now that I know you are working on a lot of projects like the Coffee Club, Amy's English Vibe, and also the Convo. As far as I know, you are mainly responsible for the Convo, right? So can you tell us a bit more about Convo? What do you do and what are the programs or activity that you offer?
All right. Convo is the online conversation club. So, and then we have many programs there. So we run 3 days a week. So, like on Friday, we have Friday night program, which is called Dancing with the Rhythm. So it is a song program, and we listen to the song and we discuss in English. Then on Saturday, we have movie night. So it's for movie lover. Okay, so then the last one is the Sunday conversation program, which is on Sunday. So it's a big program. We discuss typical idea and various kind of topics.
Wow, the programs are really interesting. I think I would definitely go for movie night because I myself is a movie lover and yeah, I will try to maybe make myself time for your movie night.
Yeah, of course. You should come. And if so, you don't need to watch the movie alone. We have to watch together. So you are free to come. Enjoy. Okay.
All right, I will definitely do that. Today we will be discussing our ideas and share our experience on the topic people's personality. All right. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm so excited to be here because this is my very first podcast with you.
Oh, really? This is your very first podcast. I feel honored to be with you here on your very first podcast experience. So, for today's questions, we have asked ChatGPT to generate some questions, and we have selected a few questions and we will be sharing our thoughts on it. All right, let's get started. So, what's our first question?
Oh, the first question is, how would you describe your personality in 3 words?
So, Amy, how would you describe yourself in 3 words? Can you think of maybe 3 words or 3 adjectives that you would describe yourself?
All right, so I'm ready. All right, so my personality in 3 words are cute, active, and strong. So these are my personality.
Can you explain a bit about why do you say so? I mean, I agree with you on the first part, cute. I find you very cute as well. You are an adorable sister to me. Can you tell me more about the other words?
All right. So, as I mentioned, I'm cute. You already know that, right? So, being cute is a kind of way to feel positive to the people. So, that's why I'm cute and I can give my positive vibe to my friends and people around me. Being active is a part of my life, which is like I don't want to be gloomy all the time and I just want to feel relaxed and, I just want to help others. So, that's why I must be active. So the last one is strong. In my life, I don't want to talk about the whole life story, but in my life there are many peaks and troughs. So I have been through like those kind of things. So after that, I know one thing is that in my life to live and to help others, I need to be strong. So that's why I am strong. Yeah, that's it.
It's really courageous. I really appreciate that you know and you are aware of yourself that you are strong. And yeah, that's really impressive.
How about you, Pooh?
Well, I would say firstly, I think I try to be non-judgmental most of the time. I admit I can be pretty much judgmental at times, especially when I see things I do not like and when I see opinion that I cannot really agree with. But mostly, I try to be non-judgmental and fair in most situations. Especially, I try not to make any comment on someone or something unless I know about the situations in detail. So I try not to give any quick judgment on people. I think that's the very first word I would say. Another one is I think I can be pretty consistent in what I do. I mean, there are a lot of things I have failed to do consistently, but mostly when it comes to my work or my studies and other things that I'm passionate about, I think I have a good habit of keeping up with the routines regularly. Um, for example, when I started doing a sport, which is boxing. I think 2 years ago, I took some classes, and even though I am no longer taking any personal courses or classes right now, I'm still keeping up to that routine. And last year as well, I made a habit of listening to some podcasts, and I'm still, doing that routine. And somehow I think being consistent is a part of me, and I think I have cultivated that habit well in me. And lastly, I think I can be very overwhelming at times. I think that's a personality that I do not really like about myself. Usually, what I can be pretty much overwhelmed and influenced by thoughts or by things that are happening around me. If I have a very important task or if I have to do some sort of tasks that are quite challenging to me, I think about that a lot, even though I know that I can do it well. I cannot eat well, I cannot sleep well. I constantly think about it, and I really want to change that sort of personality in me. So, non judgmental, consistent, and a bit overwhelming. Yeah, all right.
All right, Fu. So, non-judgmental is a good one. Not being judgmental is really difficult to cultivate. That second one you mentioned is
Consistent.
consistent. That's the one that I really really envy. Your personalities are really difficult to cultivate, but you have it. So that's a good one. So the last one is a me too. Of course, according to our situation, and every day we are worried about something. So that's normal, I think. Yeah, but we have to control our that personality not to be over. Okay, thank you, Pooh.
You're very much welcome. So, is there any part of your personality, even though you did not mention earlier, is there anything about yourself that you want to change?
So the personality that I would like to change, which is being extrovert, yeah, all the time. So like sometimes wanted to be introvert, but I can't make it. I am really active with the people. So for me is that I want to change being extrovert. Of course, sometimes being extrovert is a little bit tired. So I want to be introvert for sometimes.
Okay. Have you ever taken any like personality test, like MBTI or things like that? Are you fully extroverted? I mean, in your childhood, have you ever been an introverted person before, or does it maybe come naturally to you?
Yeah, all right. So you're right. I have been, I was alone. I have no sibling till I am 7. So at the time, I'm really introvert, and I don't have anyone to play with me. So I am drawing, and I read my school books. That's why. But mostly I would like to talk. Uh-huh. So, but when I check my personality, it shows me introvert, but it's totally different from me. But when I research about that, I found one thing, which is our personality is mixed. So, introvert personality and extrovert personality, which one is more? Like that. So that's why I have more introvert personality, but I'm not totally introvert person.
All right. So I think I can relate to your answer very well because I thought I was a full introvert. Like I thought I was a really introverted person. I think I still am an introverted person, but turns out when I check my MBTI, and sometimes it is introverted, and at times I'm extroverted. But eventually, I think I started to realize I am also a mix of introverted and extroverted. But deep down, I think I will always be an introvert because I have this limit in my social battery. I can be really comfortable only with the people that I am close with. And when it comes to stranger, and if I cannot really find or match chemistry with them, and I don't really find myself comfortable to talk about things in order to keep the conversation going. So yeah, that's how it is. So my another question for you is, do you think your personality has changed over the years? If so, how?
Uh, Actually, one of my personality is like I was a wannabe. So like I don't know the name, which is like a fake it till you make it, but I don't like at all. But when I was young, I had a big dream. So at the time, I became a wannabe. So I changed that personality over the years. So at the time, I don't want to listen to other people. I didn't, so it's a bad one. So now I am active listener. So I think I changed that one. So a wannabe doesn't listen to others, right? So but now I can listen to others. For a long time, of course. So that the personality and the biggest one that I changed over the years.
What kind of factors do you think influence you to become the person who you are right now? So earlier you mentioned that you, when you were younger, probably you had this sort of maybe wannabe personality, but now you have become more of an active listener. So what influenced you? What inspired you to be like to be the person you are right now?
Actually, people around me. So this is my surrounding. This is very important. Like you see that I don't want to say that 100% influenced by others, but I just want to mention is that you are who you are and surrounded by others. So you have to be careful of who you are with right now. So in those days, I was with many good people. Even I was not good, you know. So, but after that, they changed me a lot. So they changed me like how can I say that? They tried to change me with a very supportive way. Like I thought that I can do everything, but actually, in reality, I can do something. So at the time, I found myself. So at the time, it's an enlightenment, like I say. So, and then I know myself is that okay, everyone is not perfect. So then I try to change. So and actually, I'm really thankful for people around me. So they are very goal for me. Like I really appreciate them, and because of them, I am here today. So, and another thing is that in those kind of people, there are so many people that who are not matched with me, but it's fine. I love it. I love constructs. Like I really love it. So because of that, I can see my some personality and also some my nature. So like after that I change it, of course. So because of that, I actually opposite people can change me a lot, and then they can highlight me more than the people inside with me. Okay.
Alright, I totally agree with you, because I think it's really important to surround ourselves with people who can bring out the best potential in us, and the person who we surround with are the one who can make us a worse person or a better person. I think we have to choose carefully on what kind of people do we want to be, and also what kind of people do we let in our inner circle. So yeah, that's
But that's not so easy, because people come and go into our life. Let them in. So it's a good one. So even they are bad or good, so and you will get one lesson. Be careful of what they are doing. So like, and then you have to move on your life. So if the people are along with you together, so like, so take them. But people who want to say goodbye to you, so find them.
we just have to appreciate every moment, and if they want to leave, let them go. If they want to come, let them in. But the most important thing is we have to keep our boundaries, yes, straight and clear. All right, and so people, I think it's beyond our control, to let people go or to let people in. It's all come naturally. There's nothing we can do about it, right? All right, let's move on to another question.
It's your turn. So I would like to know which personality traits you admire most in others.
Well, there are a lot of personality traits that I would like to adapt and also nurture in me. And I think one personality that I really admire most is I love people who are really easygoing and carefree. I really envy these kind of people. The thing is, I don't really think my life right now give me the chance to be that carefree because I have a lot of responsibilities on my shoulders. I have to consider a lot of things because I do not really come from a very comfortable and decent background since I was child, and I was taught to survive and also struggle regardless of the condition. So that's why even though a part of me wants to be carefree and do whatever the hell I want to do, but still, the other subconscious part of me is constantly reminding me I cannot do that because there will be consequences when I act in a way that is out of my control, and I cannot really bear with these kind of consequences. I know that we only live once in our life, but still uh, I'm not at the stage where I can do whatever I want. I have to consider people around me. I have to consider myself, and also I have to consider people who are together with me right now, like my co-workers, my colleagues, my work, and also my obviously my future and everything. So maybe one day, even though like maybe I would say I am 20% carefree, I do whatever I want, but still with control. But if given the chance, and if I am maybe mentally, physically, financially stable in the future, I think I will maybe try to be 100% carefree, of course in a way that do not hurt other people's feeling, other people's life. I want to adapt that personality so much. Yeah.
All right. So, if so, you mean you do heavy lifting in your life?
Yes, yes, yes. Sadly, I have to admit that. Yes.
So same, same here. So because I think we prioritize others. We put other in the first place. So like, but hopefully, one day we're free. We'll be free. Okay. So
Hopefully.
all right. So this time, we will discuss handling conflicts and personality. So the question is, how do you handle conflicts with people who have different personality from yours?
Oh, that's a pretty good question. I think handling conflicts and encountering problems now these kind of things has become one of our daily routines. Sadly, as much as I do not like handling conflicts and meeting with or having to deal with people who have very different personality, especially one they are totally opposite to mine, it's hard to find a common ground with them. However, um, I think I had more experience in the past because in the past I used to be a full-time employee. Now I am a freelancer and I'm self-employed, so I have much more flexibility with what I do and what kind of people I let myself in my life. So I have more control over how I deal with people. But in the past, since I was a full-time employee and I work in a customer service sort of industry, yes, where I had to meet with people from different walks of life. And there were blue collar workers that I had to deal with, and also white collar workers as well. So in such situation, at first I found myself really difficult to fit in that environment because I have my own priorities, even when it comes to making decision, or even when it comes to um, thinking about how to approach or solve a problem. I think in terms of ethically, morally, and stuff like that. But there were conditions where I was not given a chance to solve problems logically, but in a way that the that in a way with the rules set by the organization, and I was not really on the same page with them at that time. But unfortunately, I had to follow that. So at that time, I think the kind of mindset I had to adapt was, I don't know, go with the flow and be adaptable as much as you don't like it, because you still have to make a living, right? So uh, honestly, I did not like how I think lived back then. There were things out of control, but I had to do. So I only had to keep a, I think, a positive mind, extremely optimistic mindset. I don't think being optimistic is good all the time. Sometimes there are situations we cannot find any bright side of the situation. But at that time, I think I just have to learn how to follow the rules and regulation, and sometimes keep a blind eye on things and just do your job. I think that mindset somehow changed, not really changed, I mean, allowed me to be more comfortable in such working environments. And sometimes I think apologize, especially since I work in a customer service sort of industry, right? So even when you make, you think you don't make any mistake, but yeah, you still have to learn how to apologize from the bottom of your heart, right? And I think somehow that's humbled me. I think, learning how to apologize. And even though I'm apologizing, now that I come to think of it, I do not feel like I was wrong, even though I was the one who had to apologize. But still, it is a win-win situation. So I think I could learn, and that's how I think I probably handle conflicts with different priorities and different personality. The last thing, I think the best thing we can do is to walk away, to walk away. And like I did, I walk away from people who cause a lot of conflicts, and who had very different personality, which I couldn't find any common ground with. So I walk away from those people and trying to build my own circle, and that was the best thing I have ever done in my life. All right, so how about you? So do you have any experience in handling conflicts with those different personalities? And yeah, can you maybe give me share some of your experience there, right?
All right. So it's a kind of, difficult one. So like, I think no one can solve that. Because, like you mentioned, this is our daily routine. It's a part of daily routine. So it is not good at all. All right. So for me, is that, like the last sentence that you mentioned is a walk away. Uh-huh. So I don't think that personality is a problem. I think the only one thing, people mindset is a problem. So yeah, mindset and personality can relate to each other, of course. So, but for me, is that even the different personality is fine to communicate, but people who don't follow ethics, and then people who don't follow rules and regulations, or especially don't know about the privacy, or like those kind of people are not the people for me. So they are not my cup of tea. All right. So for me, is that my handling away is just ignore. Yeah. So I do, like, I ignore the people. So who have like those kind of thing, but I didn't give them a message. So if you have to know when I am leaving you, it means so you are not with me. So yeah, and then our life is too short to carry heavy things. So they are very heavy people. That's why I don't want to take. So now I make my environment with my, like you mentioned, our inner circle is so comfortable, and people around me are lovely. So I can focus on my work and I can support them. Okay, so that's why my handling way is just ignore. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, all right. So that's why the people say ignorance is a bliss. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all agree on that one, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, now let's go to our very last question. Okay, I think this is quite an interesting one. I think this could even be controversial. So, Amy, what do you think? Do you think people's personalities are more influenced by their genetics or by their environment, generally speaking? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, in my opinion, people's personality are more influenced by their environment. even it is, it can relate with genetic, but for me is that people who have communication with you, it is very important, like I mentioned before, so they can change you well, so very well. So believe me, trust me, like your personality, look at your personality was influenced by by people around you. So for me, it's like I mentioned, genetics is really important too. But okay, let's say 50-50. Uh-huh. So, but I would say that 40-60. So genetic is 40 and environment is 60. Of course, we have to go on our life day by day. So now we have been living here for 24 or 25, so 24 or 25 years we have communication with various kinds of people, so their personality can influence you. That's why take care of the people around you. And but people say that no, it doesn't matter, genetics is more important, so let's see. All right, what about you, Pooh? So do you think genetic is more important or environment is more important?
I think I can also like agree on you the part where people are more influenced by their environment and who they surround themselves with. Because when we look at people around us, especially young children, when we look at the way they speak or the way they think, it is heavily influenced by their family members and also the teachers, the school that they want to. So, for example, I have seen children who grew up in a family where their family members are quite abusive. They would say very bad words to each other, and somehow the children end up having that sort of personality. Even in their young age, they know how to say the bad words, and it seems like children, of course, obviously, children are learning from what they see and what they hear, and I think that personality could live up until they become grown up if they were not put in a positive and supportive environment when they grow up. Not, I mean, I cannot really tell for other people in general because I haven't read any statistic or surveys about things like that, right? But personally, in my younger age, I think I was very much conservative because of the family that I grew up. They were very much traditional about the views on discrimination and also racism and things like that. There were times that I thought the religion or the, 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 the thing that I believe in were only the rightful one and the others are the wrong one. I used to have that kind of ideology. My relatives were also very conservative and they think they're the best. And they're not really open minded. So
Every relative is like that.
I don't know why all relatives are like that. Do they did they go to the same school or
Maybe.
all right. So yeah. So, but somehow, as I became like young adult, the environment that I grew up in, the university that I went to, were full of young intellectual, and also the teachers were all very supportive, and they are very open minded, and I somehow end up being more of a liberal and free thinker because of the environment. To a point, I was able to even change and somehow make my uh, mom, who was a very conservative person, into a free thinker as well. She became very much adaptable. I mean, maybe probably because she was a bit open-minded from the beginning. Maybe because of the surrounding that she grew up, she just had to be, very strict. And my brother and I, we were able to make her more adaptable and more modern.
You mean you make her more flexible?
Yeah, exactly. She became a lot more flexible, adaptable, and now the thing is, she can now even watch some sort of queer movies like some BL series, and she even watch anime, Japanese anime. I don't think a lot of mom would watch. I mean, in Myanmar would watch that, but somehow she end up doing the thing that we do, and I think that's the best thing about how people influence each other in a positive way.
All right. So, like you mentioned, which is like for starting from the childhood. So, like we have communication with the parents. Parent is the very first environment that we have to deal with. So it can affect on it on us very much.
Okay, so I think that will be it for today. I'm really thankful to Amy for giving me the time to discuss on this topic. So, how do you feel after discussing these questions and sharing your thoughts?
Yeah, this podcast is a kind of gossip.
But in a positive way, don't you think?
Okay, in a positive way, after this podcast I feel relaxed. So and then that thing that I would like to share with the people and young learner with us. So personality is important. For me is different personality is colorful and lovely.
Yeah, exactly. I think having diverse personality is the best thing about this world, and it's indeed yes, great thing.
And then we don't have the same personality, but we get along so well.
Yeah, exactly. I think probably because we oh my god, it sounds like we are praising ourselves too much, giving compliment. But yeah, probably because even though we have different personalities, we know how to pay respect to each other. We have this mutual understanding and respect towards our opinion, and I think we give our opinion in a way that do not really hurt others, right? Probably that's why I think we get on really well.
Yeah.
All right, so don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our channels. And also, I will be providing the link of the page that Amy's worked on.
Just as advertisement.
Yes, indeed, it's a free advertisement. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast, our episode today. And see you next time. So far, this is Pooh and
Amy. Bye
bye
bye.
bye.